Hello, I'm Gavin, and this is Genre Books. Today I'm going to be answering the questions of the Booktube Newbie Tag. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? I've been on the fringes of Booktube for a while now, obviously first as a consumer, and finding out that people were actually making these videos, then making some comments, and then joining the Discord and making some more comments. So I suppose making a tiny contribution myself would be the next natural progression. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? This is the most difficult question of the 10. You'll be the judge of what's fun, and I can say what I think might be unique, and you might already know about it. I do intend to read through the entire run of Planet Stories, pulp magazines, and uncover some writers who are unknown these days, perhaps unjustly forgotten, and hopefully turn up a few hidden gems. But I do intend to make this Booktube channel a going concern, so I can't be willfully obscurantist. I will be taking part in the Booktube events where I can. I'm not going to presume that there is anything unique about me or my insight, but what is unique is my bookcase and my book collection, and no one has the exact same collection that I do. So to bring something truly unique, I'm going to have to introduce the element of random chance. On each of these slips of paper, I have written the name of a book or a series of books from the shelves behind me. I'm going to be picking one at random. The first one I pick will be at the end of this video, and there is definitely a unique random factor, the chance that I might pick something that's fun for me in the form of Split Worlds by Tyrone C. Barr, or War of the Wingmen by Paul Anderson, or it could be fun for you in terms of Schadenfreude if I pick the complete works of Shakespeare or the entire run of The Wheel of Time. Fun. And also, because this is genre books, there are 100 cards in here with just a genre written on them. I could be talking to you about heroic fantasy one week, or Amish romance the next. Let's see what the cards bring. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this channel? I think it would be the learning. I want to fill the gaps in my canonical knowledge. I want to fill the gaps in the knowledge of older science fiction and older genre books, and I want to be taught by what I find and also what you good people are going to suggest. Question 4. Why do you love reading? I love reading for the same reasons that you love reading. I love learning new things. I love being entertained. It is about escape, enlightenment, education, entertainment. It's a gateway and it's a getaway, and I just love it. Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? So when I was a very young child, is it too silly to say the Mr. Men? When I was reading largely independently, I'd say The Famous Five, The Secret Seven by Enid Blyton. Or in terms of single books, I remember I had what must have been an abridged 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and David Copperfield. So that was my introductions to science fiction and classic literature respectively. Those are the two that certainly stick out in my mind. But when I was an adolescent, the horror novels from James Herbert, or fantasy novels from David Eddings, or science fiction novels from Douglas Adams. Those are all series that I remember very fondly, and then of course moved on to Pratchett, and then moved on to studying proper literature before devolving back to reading genre books. Question number 6. What questions would you ask some of your favourite booktubers? They're going to be technical questions. Lighting, recording, software, time management. I think probably some practical questions to begin with. And once the technical questions are out of the way, on a personal note, I'd ask them how their interaction with the Booktube audience, the people that watch their videos, has changed their attitude and approach to reading. Question 7. What challenges do you think that starting a Booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? Not looking at myself in the camera. That'd be an interesting one. I'm going to keep trying to look in the lens, but I do apologise if sometimes I end up talking to myself, because I am talking to myself. Question 8. When did you start reading? I started a lot of times. I think obviously you start reading when you start reading. When I was 7 or 8, I started reading independently, and reading for interest. And fiction I've already covered. Non-fiction I used to love to delve into is the Osborne books of ghosts and UFOs and nonsense like that. I'm still reading all the books about UFOs and ghosts and nonsense like that. I might have to go dig those old Osbornes up at some point. When I was a kid, the reading came in waves. I don't remember reading much when I was 11 or 12, but certainly by the time I'm 13, 14, 15, I'm right back in the saddle. So I started reading a lot of times. Then I was at university reading literature, so I was reading all the time. When the kids were young, I just didn't have much time for reading at all. And then I've started reading yet again. So I've started reading 5 or 6 times so far. Question 9. Where do I read? I read on my commute, and I read sat here, not in this chair, but in the creaky, comfortable chair, which is over there. Relatively less creaky. Question 10. What sort of books do you like to read? Science fiction, horror, westerns, fantasy, classic literature, literary fiction, you name it. Not romance. The tote bag has been filled. The cue cards have been truly mixed up. There is nothing in my hand. There is nothing up my sleeve. You can see what I'm picking. I can't see what I'm picking. But I have picked William Goldman, The Princess Bride. That'll be the first pick from the bag. Bye.